My name is Elias. I've been dropshipping on eBay for the last 2 months, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at eBay Sniper's new update. It's focused on the competitor research section of sniping, and firsthand, you're going to go in with me. We're going to try out the new features, and I'm going to show you guys how to snipe along the way. Well, in today's video, we're going to be looking for only profitable items, and the reason we're doing so is because in the first video, I learned that sniping can be very profitable. I sniped the item that was doing $8 of profit per sale, and I sold 8 in a day. So after having that experience, I realized that there's profit to be made in sniping. So today specifically, we're going to be going for highly profitable items. And like I said before, you guys can just follow along. Like I said, this new update, this one's specifically focused on the sniping aspect of the tool, the competitor research. As you can see, it's a little bit of a different formula from my previous videos. So the first thing you have to do is build a competitor list. And what this means is you're going to build a list of other drop shippers that we're going to scan products off of. So we're going to go into their sold items, and we're going to be able to extract data as far as how many sold and the date that is sold. So we're going to be able to apply filters, say for an example, 3 sold in the last 3 days, right? That proves that there's demand within those products, and we're able to extract it using the software by just having a list of different drop shippers. So let me show you how to do that. You're just going to open up Amazon. From here, you're just going to use any of the best sellers. So for example, we'll just use this protein shake here. And part of the tool, you get these attachments. In this case, we're going to search it on eBay. And what we do from here, right? You can see that the price is $30 on Amazon. So any price that's over that, you know that they're a drop shipper. So yeah, like $50 right here. And what you do is you just start saving all these sellers. It's another attachment, and that's what adds on to that list I was showing you before, right? So these people, like the first 2 people I scanned, what that means is we're going to be able to extract all of their sold items. So it's going to go to this page, right? And you can see the items that sold, and you're going to be able to see the date that it sold, and it's going to show you the quantity. And that's how we find proven demand within products. So when downloading this update, I accidentally wiped my entire list. So if you guys are doing this for the first time, you'll be doing it with me. I have to completely restart. I'm going to go ahead and build a list anywhere from 500 to 1,000 sellers. And keep in mind, your list can be however big you want it to be, right? Like you could have 200 sellers, 300. It all works. It really depends on how much data you want and how many items you're wanting to snipe. With that being said, I'll see you guys after I build together a list, and we'll go to the next step. All right, so we're back now, and I have my list. It's about 250 items. And from this point, you have a couple different metrics here. You want to have the sold history on. What that's going to do is show the sold products so that you can extract the data. From there, you have a couple different options. In this case, I'm going to use the last 7 days of sold items. You can use 3, but I want a little more room to mess with the data, so I'm going to put 7. Um, and after that, this is just talking about the speed in which it's going to run through all the sellers and the items. I'm going to have it set at 5. You could get away with 10, whatever works for you. But yeah, I have my list of 250. You're just going to build the list like I did, and then from this point, you just let it run, and it's going to do everything for you. And then there'll be a little icon right here. You're going to want to install the CAPTCHA solver extension. I already have that done. So as you can see, it's extracting the data from each seller, and then it's running through every single item. Hands off the keyboard, it does all for you. You just let this run. It might take a while, but after we get all the data, I'll be back, and then I'll show you how the filters work. All right, so what we did is we went ahead and let the software run through a good amount of the sellers. So at this point, you're going to go ahead and click this show all items button. So these are all the items from the sellers that we ran the software through. As you can see here, like it shows the price that it sold at, and then it also shows the quantity. Like in the last 3 days it sold once, last 7, last 90, and then you'll have some items where it's selling multiple times within a specific time frame. So that's what the filter's for, is we're able to narrow it down and find items. All these items technically have demand, but if you were to go ahead and snipe and undercut products that have sold only once in the last 30 days as opposed to 3 times in the last 3 days, you can bet you're going to have more sales with the items that sold 3 times in the last 3 days as opposed to the item that sold once in the last 30 days. So these filters up top, for example, minimum sold quantity, we're going to put it at 3, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the last 3 days. And then from there, I'll go ahead and show you. The 22,000 results will get narrowed down to 46 in this case. And then from here, like all these items have proven demand. Like for example, these peanuts, I could go ahead and Maybe not these, because this one's 26 ounces. They're selling it for cheaper than what I could get on Amazon, so that wouldn't work. But say I went down to this Trump flag, right? They're selling it for 11.85, and in the last 3 days, he sold 5 of them. And this is a good point. This is a good listing to come across because I can make the point that this title is very broad, right? Trump 2024 flag 3x5. So nothing about the title has to do with the specific, like the product it is. Okay, so it's a very broad title. So what that allows us to do is sort by the cheapest price, and just like that, this flag technically matches with this title. So Trump 2024 flag 3x5 feet, President flag, take America back. Oh, I guess it, no, because it says take America back. Oh, this one does as well. So this is what I mean. This listing on Amazon that's only $2.95 technically matches up with the title that sold 5 times in the last 3 days. And keep in mind, like the title is what's selling. So what you're gonna do is click this button right here. It's gonna snipe the title, and I'm gonna use this item because my margin will be a lot higher. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna import the snipe title, and from there it's gonna give you the same title because that's what's selling, and then it's gonna automatically undercut what this person's listing was. But you always want to double check and see what the cheapest sale is using that same title. So Trump 2024. So the cheapest one's gonna be $7.99. We're gonna undercut 5 cents, but just to make it look more clean, we're just gonna do $7.90. And from there, you just snipe lists. As simple as that. It's gonna take the title that's already selling, has proven demand, and like I said before, since it's a very broad title and we found a different listing that happens to be cheaper that still matches the title, we're able to use that instead. So now I want to go over the filter tool. What's new about this update is you have more options. So say I wanted to go to the last 7 days, right? Minimum sold quantity, we'll still do 3, but say we want to put the minimum price at 30 because we want to find something with more of a margin. Okay, we're gonna have 38 results. We're just gonna start looking through these. All right, so I came across another one. This listing on Amazon is $28.99. This person, they sold 3 in the last 7 days for $43.92, so there's some profit to be made. Although, let's see, you always gotta double check to see what the title. So the title they're using, use some exportable. 43.92, is that them? Yeah, so this is them. So they're the cheapest one with this title. So you're gonna go ahead and copy the title and everything, and it's just gonna undercut it for you. So we can go ahead and snipe list. And listen, like if you build a list of 1,000 and every couple of days you just run it through the scanner and you just go through the entire list, like you can guarantee sales. Like what this is doing is, you know, dissecting sellers sold products, and you're able to filter it to prove demand. So these are guaranteed sales. It's just what I'm doing personally is only listing the ones that are going to make me decent profit. So just like that, we found another one for $20.98 on Amazon. This guy is selling it for $41.39. He sold 3 in the last 7 days, 1 in the last 3. So we're going to go ahead and check to see if he's the cheapest on eBay. I can already tell he's, yeah, he has a different title, so we'll see. So yeah, like this guy's selling it for cheaper, but he has a different title. Yeah, he's the cheapest with the title because the title's what's selling. You're gonna go ahead and import, it undercuts it for you, and just snipe list. And it is as simple as this. Like you do this over and over again, and it is guaranteed sales. And a point to be made is the only reason I'm going for ones that are higher profit is, of course, like it's profit, but originally I sniped like 50 items that were only profiting me like 50 cents. Some were breaking even, some I was losing money on. I was just using it to build momentum for my like bulk listed items that are marked up like 100, 120%. And they sell like it was incredible. Like I'd get 20 sales in a day. And a point to be made is if I was tax exempt on Amazon, every single one of those items I'd be making like a couple dollars off of. So sniping's very profitable if you have the systems in place, the Amazon accounts in place, and it's a good skill to learn. And whenever you have a software like this, like Ecomsniper, that does everything for you and does a really good job with, you know, product research, it's a game changer. All right, so just like that, we found another. This one sold 3 times in the last 3 days. They're selling it for 32.7. It's on Amazon for 23. Same thing that we do with all the other items. Double check that's the cheapest with that title. So they're the ones selling it for 32.7. And I'm pretty sure this is a good, yeah, this is a good example. These are both the exact same item, different prices. This one's cheaper, but this is the one that's selling and it has this title. You want to use this title. So he's still technically the cheapest with that title. So what that means is we take the title, it's going to undercut it for us in snipe list. So this is more expensive than the cheapest for that specific item, but not for the title, and the title's what's selling. So you gotta make sure that whenever you're looking for the cheapest, you match it to the specific title. So this is a good example. He's selling it for around $31, and we're buying it for 25. So there isn't that much profit after taxes and fees. But if you look it up on eBay, see these are both the same products. He has the title that's selling. He has like 60 more sales than this guy. So that goes to show that the title is what makes a difference. But at the same time, even though there isn't that big of a profit, if you're selling it 60 times, you're going to get profit, right? That's going to make up for the lower margin. So we're going to go ahead and list it. You're going to go ahead and copy the title. And then once it loads, you just import it. It's going to undercut it for you. And then we just snipe list. So I hope that kind of showed you the new update and the power of sniping. I'll update and I'll show you guys the sales that are starting to come in. But yeah, for the rest of the night, I have school at 7. It's 4:25. I'm just gonna go ahead and go through this entire list, and I'll show you guys the results tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, make sure to drop a comment or join the Discord, and you guys can DM me directly. Other than that, I'll have a couple videos linked in the description. I have a 2-hour long discussion with my mentor if you are interested more on my story specifically, and then my most recent videos. There's value in all of them. So I'll see you guys next time.